Hey everyone, I'm back, and this time I get to we get to spend a few minutes with um, Lisa Natoli, and anyone who has been here on this Facebook and any replays anywhere with me over the last six conferences and the 40-day program and everything else knows that um, my heart bursts open wide with joy whenever I get to hang out with Lisa Natoli. Hey, Lisa.
I love you so much, Cindy. Thank you so much.
So, by way of bio, this is what I want to tell the world, right? So, in the end of 2017 or something, I had this idea that I was going to make 2018 the year of the miracle. Someone somewhere said, well, if you want miracles, then you have to meet Lisa. And I reached out and I did a little Google search and I took your 40-day program. And my life has been uh, one miracle unfolding after the other. As far as I'm concerned, what Lisa is a pure expression of the teachings. Someone who shows up every day and does the best she can, and her best gets better. She is the same with or without the camera rolling, and her intention is just to bring more joy and love and healing to the world. Many know her as a Course in Miracles teacher, and she knows as much about the course and how to make the course work and what the course is as anybody else out there. She's also taken the course and merged it. She happens to share the house with Bill Free, who is just all about non-duality, and the two of them together have been merging the teachings, and from this a whole new recognition of the truth and awakening is unfolding. How's that for an intro, Lisa?
That's perfect. Spot on.
So, before I let you off on the topic for this Many Paths One Self conference and whatever else you want to share, I've been asking all the presenters that I've been blessed to spend time with over the last couple of weeks the same question. And that is, why come to a conference like this? Like, we have 25 different presenters that all have somewhat different language, whether it's science or Sufism or mystical Christianity, Course of Miracles, Course of Love, non-dual, like you name it. Everybody seems to be coming with different languaging. Why would anyone want to come and spend a weekend with?
Yeah, the reason someone comes to join for the weekend for the 3 days is because there's always just one moment in time where someone hears one thing that can change your whole life. And, for me, this is just unbelievable that the Teachers of God Foundation and Pure Presence Productions puts this on. It's the seventh conference and they're totally free. And, behind the scenes, we all know there's a gigantic expense to put this weekend on, to host a 3-day weekend. It's free to people who sign up, but it costs a lot of money to put it on. There's just a lot of love and care and, uh, you know, Bill has really worked with so many different people to find the clearest teachers from many different paths. And it's been so fun for me really to live with Bill and to be behind the scenes and to see so many people, presenters and musicians and the hosts saying yes, yes, I will do it. And and all the presenters come and do it for free. It's just a joy to offer the stories, the messages, the practices, the things that have changed each one of our lives. And for me, it's the best thing ever when things are live. I love interaction. I love the chat board. I love getting questions from people. I love sharing my story. And that's why you sign up. Like you sign up because, maybe you're still struggling and maybe you've done A Course in Miracles and you've read all these books and you've spent years doing forgiveness work and you're kind of going like, whatever, I've heard it all. And we live in a time over the last several years where so much is online. Like all I see every day is free conference, and they get all these amazing speakers to come. It's just a thing that happens now. It's like, come join community, come join. It's weekend, it's transformational, it's inspirational, it's whatever. And so I think a lot of people have fallen asleep. I think, they get so many emails and they see so much on social media, and I think a lot of people have become jaded, like, "Ugh, whatever, another conference." And, you know, those who come and show up, they know, like, it is a party. It's real people in real Zoom rooms with teachings that can change your life. And and for me, it's more than just the one thing you might hear. There's also a deepening. So I go to as many of the different classes during the 3 days that I can, even though I'm a presenter. My class is on Friday morning, April 21st at 10 a.m. Then it's 90 minutes. And that's after the kickoff. Bill opens it up with um, an opening and welcome. And then I stay. I go into every one that I can. You can't do them all because some of them overlap with each other, but I always hear something. I always hear something, and no one has anything to lose, right? Like it's free. So, you know, if you're listening right now, Cindy's going to put the link in the chat in the here in Facebook. But you can also go to my website, lisanatoli.com, click under events. There's a link right there. But yeah.
Just did it. So since you brought it up, I'm going to ask you a very pointed question about that. You attend a lot of these sessions. There are different ways to listen and interact with a teacher. I would love for you to share what you found is the most useful or effective, or I don't even know what the right word is, but when you come and sit with these different presentations, what would you suggest? We have an audience, I think we're around 2,000 registered at this point, give or take. I haven't asked in a little while. Um, so if you're talking to those people and you really love them and you care about them and they're coming to these presentations, how would you suggest they show up?
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest you come and block off your calendar and turn off the bells and the whistles and be present. And, whatever you feel comfortable with, if you want to put your video on, that's fine. You don't have to. I mean, there's many of the classes that I go to for other teachers, I keep my video off and I just listen and I watch and and some teachers want the chat board on. Some people of the teachers and the presenters do like meditation, so they want the chat board off. So it depends, what class you're in. But I would I would just say, just if you're going to be there, don't multitask. Really give yourself the space. And the conference schedule is already up. So it's not like you have to like be there for all 3 days and try to see who's coming up next. You can actually go to that link to register. The conference schedule is up, so you see all the times and all the titles and all the descriptions and all the bios. And so you can actually, like, I've marked mine up already, my calendar. I have a little paper calendar, and you can just mark it. Okay, Lisa's on at 10 a.m. on Friday. I'm going to go to that one. And then, Ellen Emmett and, Francis Lucille and John Mundy and, Kate Greaves and whatever teacher, James Wyman, like whatever one you kind of feel you resonate with, mark it in the calendar and don't do anything else. Like that's always my suggestion. I've started taking Pilates classes. I love it. I love it so much. And there's only 12 reformers in the class, so we have to sign up for it. I have an app for it, and you can't always get in every class. So it's just like an interesting way, like, that answers your question, is when I'm there, there's nothing else going on. I'm there for 1 hour, and all our stuff's in the back. Like, we have little cubby holes, and the only thing you can bring to your area is a water bottle. So that's like really great, because everyone's present. We're listening to the instructor, and you get the most out of it when you're really present. And that's the teaching. That's actually the teaching for how the self is recognized. Stop multitasking, like, stop kind of letting your focus and attention and awareness be like, oh, I'm going to check out this one. I'm going to check out this one. I'm going to check out this one. I want to check out this one. And the other thing that I would suggest is to stay with it, even if you feel uncomfortable, because it's usually during the discomfort. So I'll go back to the Pilates again. I'm not someone who's really physically active. I don't like exercising or gyms or, formal things like that. And this is the first thing I've ever found that I absolutely love. So a lot of my muscles have been out of use for a long, long time. So it's a very gentle, it's just resistance and holding, the core and the legs and the arms. And because I haven't really used the body that much physically, it's hard. It's like, oh, and I can't, and they're counting down. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and you're just like, oh, I just wanted to end. And that's just normal. It's normal to feel discomfort when you're doing something that you don't normally do. And then when I walk out of the class, I feel like a total badass. I'm like, yeah, that was so awesome. So that's what I would suggest, is that, stay even if it's bores you, or if it's uncomfortable, or if it's not going the way you want it to go. I recently had someone reach out to me and having difficulty with alcohol, and wanted me to send a book. And I wrote back immediately and said, do you want to talk? I suggest AA. Here's the link. I found the link to the meetings in this person's town. And then I didn't hear anything. And then I heard later that the person was upset because they just wanted a book. So often the thing that might help you, because I'm 22 years sober and I couldn't do it alone. And so I know how hard it is to quit drinking. I know what community is, and we often want to control how transformation happens. We want to really control how it comes in. Like, this is what I want. I want you to send me a book. And when I sent something different, it was like, I don't want that. Like, and so, yeah.
I've got a title for your talk on Friday. Arising Consciousness, the slow, scenic path to full awakening.
Yeah.
I know how it makes me feel. Could you tell me what people can expect when they come to spend these 90 minutes with you?
Yeah, you can expect the end of seeking. That's my intention, is that, I was someone who was on a spiritual path for years, almost 30 years, thinking I'm going somewhere, doing forgiveness work. I'm, um, letting grievances go, just kind of doing spiritual work and having clear moments of joy and peace and happiness, and then I would lose it. And I'd be back into fear and worry and overwhelm and struggle and stress, and I always thought, what am I doing wrong? I'm missing something. And I couldn't figure it out. I kept thinking, I just got to do A Course in Miracles again. Like, I just kept saying, I got to do the workbook lessons again. I didn't do them right the first time. I'm just going to do them again. And I'm going to be totally uncompromising. And I'm just going to like be super focused. And I mean, I did A Course in Miracles for 20 something years. And I had great moments of beautiful things happening. So I absolutely love A Course in Miracles. But I finally came to a place, and I'm going to talk about this in my session, of how you can come to a place where there's no more searching, no more seeking, and there's presence. It's this recognition that you're not going anywhere. And it could be a paradox, because you can still do things, like things can still change. So back to my Pilates classes again. Like, as I'm going to them, I'm getting stronger. I'm actually seeing the body change. But I'm not going so that things change. So that's the same thing with transformation and awakening. It's that when you be so present with where you are, and I'm going to be giving just practices, a meditation, where the more that you can come into the recognition of yourself as this pure presence. And the cool thing about this conference, it's many paths oneself. So it's by tons of different names. You call it God, consciousness, awareness, true nature, quantum field, infinite possibilities, like the infinite field, whatever different paths call the one thing. Two things, that's one thing. Like, it's, we come out of duality, and there's just this joy that starts to naturally happen. And that's really what my goal is that people stop being seekers. That when you come out of my session, I want everyone to feel like, oh, okay, not going anywhere. This is it. And then from here, there can be a deepening. You deepen the practice, you deepen the understanding of yourself as pure consciousness, but you're not going anywhere. It's not later. Like, what I am, what we truly are, is here. It's not later. You don't have to do more forgiveness lessons. You don't have to do anything. It's a recognition of what you are. And then from there, because we're so used to being bodies, we often aren't rooted in it yet. We're not like grounded in I am consciousness. And so that becomes the new way of living.
It's pretty awesome.
It's very awesome.
And we've been chatting for about 20 minutes, which is also kind of unbelievable. Is there anything else you want to say, before we let people go off and click that register button, which is in the chat and it's in the description. And man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna definitely be there during your
Yeah, you're my host. Yeah,
presentation.
I'm happy to see everyone there. I mean, if you're there, come say hi in the chat board, and I hope it's super interactive. I want people to come and experience something new for themselves. And so back to Pilates again. And I have to clear my schedule all the time. I say this is a priority for me. And so I really look at like what do I really want? So people might say, well, I can't come on Friday and I can't come on the weekend. I can't. Well, what's important to you?
Well, I love us,
I
Lisa,
love us.
and I love all of us. Anyone at the sound of my voice, come ahead, go ahead, register, invite your friends. If you're going to attend live this weekend, it won't cost you a dime. Um, and I'm just so looking forward to it. So
Mm.
I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll see you on Friday, Lisa. I love us all.
Love us.